she has a 0% win rate.
Yeah, so
T1.
it's quite interesting that Adroit would want to pull out this Naga Siren now. Is it only for this counter initiation against the Chronosphere, or is there something else that Naga's providing here that makes her so much better than any other hero out there?
When SF hits the BKB timing, they are not easy target to kill anymore.
Oh yeah. And there's no way for RR to push out this Naga Siren. There's no way for them to push out this Nature's Prophet. So Adroit, they are pretty content in having the state of the game, state of the laning phase like this. But with that being said, first split drawn in the bottom lane. Nuts will go down, trying to contest for this level, this 5-minute bounty rune.
Yeah, it looks like Drew didn't get quite lucky there.
I wants to stay in the fight as long as he could, but
He might still die. Ice Path right on top of the tower! Drew!
Oh, I think
my goodness.
he attack speed.
the double brazier is paying off, guys. It's paying dividend right now.
Oh man, he tanked the tower. Even if you don't get the kill, at least you force out the region, right? You force this Nation Prophet out of the lane, but to give your life out like that is, if he had the Chrono right now, they might have been able to kill Bo1. And now Booming comes in, Avalanche toss, the damage wasn't there though. Still praying to the RNG for a bit of bash, not gonna find it onto Bo1. But turn their attention onto Booming, has to go grab, and have completely missed it. They get the timer onto Booming as the Alacrity comes in, but gets stunned immediately by CML. What a play from this Special Spirit. They do get Boomy though, but Nuts will be traded back in return. Mac with the raise to finish him off. Both team will lose their post 5.
Oh man, I almost lost Alacrity there. CML with the stun on point. Silverana coming and leaping in.
Yeah, gets the level 6. That's the Chrono. Wave of Terror. Where's the damage? Double brace and too strong. Magic Missile now. He actually time walked in. Now he can't get out. He cuts the tree. He's gonna die. TP is coming in though. The top of Boomy on top of Drew and faces Void. Get the hell out of the bottom lane.
Not like this. To see that there's probably a reason as to why Mirana isn't typically played mid, and you need setup.
Triple raise.
You need setup. Look at this, arrow doesn't land. They just don't have anything to help those arrows connect.
Max lucky has the haste rune. Now going for Alacrity. Just forces his Mirana.
Feels like KYXY has to take control of this game because unfortunately Alacrity, he didn't have a fantastic mid lane.
Moonlight
He's coming
Shadow. They're gonna try, but Moonlight Shadow was spotted out. Starstorm on top of CML. They get the silence, but oh, the song! Miracle stops RR in their tracks, and Adroit, they're thinking about it. They cancel the song. Do they want to go for it though? They have the detection nearby, so no Chrono for... Chrono actually came back up, so maybe RR. They can go for this. They have the assistance of their teammates as Brock almost gets caught by the rolling boulder. Uses their Sprout. They have the silence from Geomantic Grip. It's a punished out Brock. Comes in with a Starstorm. Alacrity does the D, but Boomy with the Avalanche toss. He actually tosses Brock on top of Hustler. Hustler goes down, but they're gonna trade Brock in return. And now the Chrono on top of the SF. They have the Macro Pyres where the follow-up sliding wave coming through for Reality Rift. They find 3 members of Adroit, and Adroit, they have to fall right back.
Big mistake convert from Adroit. They were so hesitant on going back, set up for the combo arrow. It's gonna be a big... what is this?
Big mistake.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it a mistake yet, because they are doing so good right now. But
Someone's dying.
Back. Not the high ground. The ambush is 4 members on top. That's the SF. Immediately taken out.
You know, I was actually looking at the builds coming in from Reality Rift, and they are doubling down on all this magical damage. They're just going to get blown up in these team fights.
Yeah, totally agree. Boomy. Now, saw KYXY, but the smoke breaks.
wait,
They
what?
do fight KY. What the?
Did K1 just blink in?
KYX. No. Okay, that was slightly weird, but Adroit find themselves 1 kill. Tower defense not available from RR. They have to cliff, but this tier 1 bot is going to go down. And so far, Miracle, he has not really shown himself other than that one Song of the Siren. Will continue. You have the Nature's Prophet.
It kind of depends on how quickly Reality Rift want to push, right? And it seems like they're kind of delaying it. They want to finish their first set of items. Once they've got their main set of items, of course the BKBs are those big ones that they're looking for.
Oh, another smoke. This time it's Hustler, Hell Spirit, or back to where he came from. 6 feet under 30 seconds. Another great catch from Boom. They might consider making a move onto the rest of the Adroit. We see them in the middle lane. Here's the time walk in. They have the Chronosphere, but it's just the Bad Spirit and the Red Wheel coming through. Boomy Avatar through. Disintegrate, and Mac turns around for the 3rd raid, perfectly connecting onto Hustler, and they will find 2 kills onto RR.
The ultimate bait. And they had no vision on the high ground as well.
Rookie mistake.
Yeah, this is a classic C team. You just getting debated by a post 5. I think teams have to stop doing this
It's always that corner.
it's all
teams.
Yeah, and it's always the post 5.
Yeah, if you wanna go for this really aggressive stance on the high ground, make sure you have a dust. But unlike Shadow is used, detection is that KYXY, they don't see him. He can't blink in for the ages, but it's too late.
Arrow was too late as well for the.
Slight criticism we did talk about regarding RR, which is it's like a hit or miss. Sometimes they execute it, sometimes they don't, and this is the time that they failed to do so again. Hustler getting way too aggressive and gets picked off.
And you know what? It's the debate from CML once again.
Like, what? This Drew is going for Mjolnir. I think Alacrity, he might be considering that as well. I would prefer like a use Blink Dagger Agony Scepter, but Alacrity dodges the Avalanche. Now with the Moonlight Shadow, he jumps back.
No,
There's the dust. Alacrity, my friend. A noble sacrifice, but a bad one. CML finds the swap onto KYXY. They have the ice cap. CML is isolated. They drop the Macropire right on top of him, but I think Adroit, they will gladly take this fight if RR challenges them, and RR, they will back off.
They never go into these fights first. They need someone else to set up, and it also can't be KYXY because he's playing on the quad.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's all come down to Drew for the setup right now.
Speaking about Drew, immediately uses the chrono. They want to kill off Natsumi. KYXY waiting for the Sonic Wave. It comes right through. They need to get the bash. They find it. Perfectly done.
Big commitment, but they had to.
Yeah,
About scaling. He's the one that's actually going to be that main carry for Reality Rift. Oh, hang on.
They roll in. It's Hustler, but Nuts gets slain once more. The Dragon not able to dominate this opponent's half.
Look what Boomy has. He's got a Yules.
It's such a good timing. It's a 23-minute, and they found KYXY. Bok found him. Miracle. Natsumi, excuse me, commits the song. They still manage to catch KYXY. Now, League at the Avalanche stops the TP, stops the blink. 5 members on top of this quad.
just no blinking away against the Avalanche. Avalanche is so good against all these elusive heroes.
Perfect, such long lockdown.
And you see, Natsumi, he has not, been tasked to commit too much for his team. Just the song is enough for engage, for disengage. He's been spending the past 24 minutes just farming, keeping himself at the top of the net worth chart, and just getting all those big items for himself. This Naga Siren is
way of playing, because I think Naga knows that Void will be attacking them at any minute, so he has to be there.
You hear the war drums, and Drew is going to be spotted out. The perfect setup. They have the Avalanche, but not enough time to use the Requiem. Essence being used by Mac. They pop the dust. They see Drew, but Drew is running away. Knows that he cannot fight this, but where's the backup? The Bok TP's in. They see Drew. Drew tries to TP out. Where's the swap? They don't even need it. They use the Requiem and send him right into the hands of Boomy. And they're going to tip him a third time.
Everywhere you go, you'll be seeing the Naga illusions, and you have no good way of clearing them. Also,
And look how tanky they are now. She could have Scardy.
Looking for Alacrity. They have the vision. Alacrity.
Hex.
Not too fast. Not fast enough. Another pick off for Adroit.
Oh, this just doesn't feel like an Alacrity hero.
Blink Dagger used, even a Dagon onto Mirana. Go for that magical damage burst. You have to lead to secure an escape. So this build actually isn't that rare. It's just that you don't see it often.
It's time to do or die, Husky.
Yep, they have the chrono, they have the ultimates. This has to work out in the Hostile. The man rolls in with the rolling boulder, but immediately they're gonna kill him off. Now the chrono, Drew, he cancels it, he has to take his buyback. They get the swap CML, he saves Mac, but Drew, he comes into BKB. They have the Macropire, they want to bash out Bo, but CML will be the only one that goes down. And RR, they bought back onto Hostile. Now they need to fall back. Hostile goes in again. He has the Sonic Wave coming through. The Requiem being let loose by Mac. They have the Avalanche as well. Drew managing to time off to safety, but the rest of Adroit, they're chasing forward. But KYXY and Hustler in the back line, disrupting the rest of Adroit. They find a kill onto Bo. Bo now buys back. He rejoins the fight with the teleportation, and they will find a kill onto Nuts. But Reality Rift, they need to start backing off. Boomy cancels the rolling boulder with that Avalanche. He tosses him back into the hands of Natsumi. Get the use as well, but it's going to be a very short-lived trip in the air. Hustler goes down. That's a dieback for this Earth Spirit, but Nuts, he buys back. RR, they can't contest this.
They got no chrono.
No chrono.
No chrono, no Macropire. Roche is down.
And they found
Alacrity's
Alacrity.
dead.
Boomy doing it so well right into the hands of Bok, who has the hacks. And they claim the bounty.
Man, once again,
Boomy is the mid laner. He's the mid laner. He's the core. Alacrity now feels like a support Mirana. He's like a domesticated tiger right now. That's a butterfly available for Mac. Adroit Going in for round 2 of their siege. This time in the middle lane. The arrow flies through, not connecting onto any target. But RR, this is do or die. And Drew, you don't want to die like this. Right into the Requiem, Drew! 70 seconds, another tip from Adroit. They have been absolutely merciless when it comes to beating down this Faceless Void.
They're so good with the coordination. This is the second time they do this in person.
And again, Boomy, tiny ally coming through. You have the Sonic Wave from KYXY, but it's not enough. They're gonna swap it back in CML, punishing KYXY. And it's GG Adroit. They survived the Gulag, they survived the Gauntlet, and they will be your last team to make it into the playoffs.
They didn't even stand a chance to defend the high ground because Boomy was just so good in tossing all of them out of their base.
This is why you don't give Boomy his tiny.
What a god, Boomy.
What a guy.